Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. It's your host Ram welcoming you to your regular cricket show during the weekend. This on a Sunday. I have to say, to begin this cricket show on a very somber note here with the former Aussie all-rounder Andrew Symonds passing away at the age of just 46 in a car accident in Australia. And my definitely my condolences to him and his family. It was very sad that such a thing happened. As you know, Andrew Symonds was a wonderful batsman. I'm going to talk a bit about this bloke, Andrew Symonds. Well, Andrew Symonds really started giving notice to everybody when in the World Cup against Pakistan, when the chips were down for the Aussies in the 2007 World Cup. This bloke, Andrew Symonds, totally blew off Pakistan with a blistering knock, which would always remain in memory as far as Andrew Symonds is concerned. And he also had a sort of a controversial career as well, because he was always in the news. One would remember the fracas that happened between the Indian spinner Harbhajan Singh and Andrew Symonds, and then later on, as you know, Andrew Symonds played for Mumbai Indians, and he was a very good buddy with Harbhajan Singh. They actually buried their differences. And also, Andrew Symonds once in the World Cup was sent back because of some excessive drinking. So he has been in the news, but nevertheless, his cricket career has been something which has been adorned. Especially, he was a sort of a bloke who likes to really attack with the willow. And whenever and one thing about Andrew Symonds was that it was power pack batting when Andrew Symonds was batting in the center. And the way he used to smack the ball, he has hit some big sixes. He also set a record in the English County Cricket League when he smashed I think 16 sixes. As you know, Ben Stokes just last week broke that record, which was standing in the name of Andrew Symonds and Graham Napier of Essex. And Andrew Symonds played for Kent as well. And Andrew Symonds had 16 sixes. He set the benchmark, one could call it, at the age of just 20 years of age. He smashed 16 sixes in the English County Cricket League. And also, I'm going to have a very sneak peek at Andy Symonds' career. Andy Symonds was born in the age of 1975, and he was from Queensland in Australia. He plays for Gloucestershire, plays for Kent and Lancashire in the English County Cricket League, Deccan Chargers, and Mumbai Indians as well. And he also played for Surrey. Now, looking at his career statistics, as I said, he did not play a lot of test matches. If you look at his test record there, which is a very brief one, 26 test matches, 1,462 runs. He still had 2 centuries and 10 50s in that short test career, because he was always considered to be an aggressive player. And it was good that if at all T20 cricket would have been alive in the times the 2000 when Andrew Symonds was there, I think he would have blown off a lot of records, because he's someone who used to hit the ball in a mighty manner. And also, he was a bowler as well. So, and his highest score in test matches was 162, higher than what he did in ODI. So that definitely shows what an aggressive player he was. And 24 wickets he took in his test match career. Best bowling was 3 for 50. And let's have a look at the ODI record. The ODI record is the one which is something he was famous for. He was a specialist one-day international player. He scored 5,088 runs in one-day international cricket. His batting average was 39.75. He scored 6 centuries, and that is a very good achievement. 6 centuries and 30 50s in one-day international cricket. He represented, he was a part of the winning team for Australia in the 2007 World Cup, and also another World Cup, I reckon. And also, he took 133 wickets as well in one-day white ball cricket. So definitely 1 5-wicket in innings bag. His best wickets was 5 for 18. But what a player! A very aggressive right-handed batsman. He could he bowled off spin or medium pace as well, and he was a very useful all-rounder for the Aussies in the mix. And also, to boot, his fielding was absolutely brilliant. I mean, you keep him in any area, you keep him in the slips, You keep him in the outfield, he was an absolute panther on the field. He used to bring up some stunning catches in his cricketing career. So, very sadly, as I said, I had to start off this cricket show on a very somber note by saying that Andrew Symonds, a wonderful player who had just got from, as you know, he retired from cricket, but he had actually having a very good broadcasting career. He was doing well. He was commentating on the Big Bash League, and also, it is a really a very, very sad thing. Someone like Andrew Symonds, unfortunately, at the age of just 46, passed away in a car accident in Australia. Well, so my thoughts are with his family, so now I get on from here. We get on to the test match. As you know, the Sri Lankans are in Bangladesh, and yesterday was the first day of the first test match. Definitely, I thought Sri Lanka definitely, even though the Bangladeshi bowlers, I thought, stuck to the task and did a good job. I thought the Sri Lankans ended well, thanks to none other than the veteran of the Sri Lankan cricket, none other than Angelo Mathews. As I said, he makes a big difference. I told you yesterday on the preview, and look at what he has done. Angelo Mathews was unconquered when stumps were drawn for the day in the first day of the first test match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh at Chattogram in Bangladesh, where Angelo Mathews was unconquered on an unbeaten 114 runs with 14 fours and 1 6. He was the one who was holding the fort for the Sri Lankans when the Sri Lankans score at the end of day one read 258 for 4. Looking at the card there, Fernando made 36, 3 fours, 1 6. Karunaratne was an early victim, made just 9 runs. Kushal Mendes was impressive with 54 with 3 boundaries. Was giving good company to Angelo Mathews, and Dhananjay De Silva contributed 6. So at stumps, Angelo Mathews 114 not out. Dinesh Chandimal was not out on 34 with 2 sixes as 258 for 4. So one good thing was that the entire 90 overs was bowled. As you know, I was telling you yesterday in my preview that the forecast is for every day there's going to be a thunderstorm. But thankfully, it was saved this time, and the entire 90 overs was bowled, and the Sri Lankans could score. And again, if you look at the score, you would probably feel that the Bangladeshi bowlers have done well. Yes, they definitely did well. If you look at the bowling there, Naeem Hassan is coming back to international cricket after a big gap. This right-arm off spinner did a wonderful job. I thought he was definitely the pick of the bowlers. 16 overs, 2 maidens, 71 runs and 2 wickets to Naeem Hassan. Tajul Islam was a bit costly. 31 overs, 1 for 73. Shakib Al Hasan had 1 for 27. The seamers, Khalid Ahmed, 11 overs, 1 maiden, 145. And Sharif Islam. Also, I thought the bowlers, the seam bowlers also did a good job. There was something in it in the pitch in the initial stages where they were keeping the batsmen guessing. So that's the match summary. So definitely, Angelo Mathews would like to carry it forward, and they still have some good batting to come. Dinesh Chandimal is also looking good. Dikwala and Ramesh Mandi said to come. So that is as far as Sri Lanka and Bangladesh are concerned. Now we cast our attention now to the Indian Premier League 2022. We had 2 matches today. The first match that I'm going to talk about is Chennai Super Kings. We're taking on the leaders of the IPL so far, none other than the Gujarat Titans, led by a wonderful skipper, Hardik Pandya. Now, let's have a look at the game here. The Chennai Super Kings definitely did not do well. Yes, it was a 2-paced wicket. The ball was not coming out of the bat. The ball was stopping as well. And the Chennai Super Kings totted 133 for 5 after electing to bat first. So suddenly we are seeing a bit of a change, and I mean I can understand that because Chennai Super Kings have nothing to lose, and also GT were already into the playoffs. Chennai Super Kings 133 for 5 was the score that they put on the board. It was never going to be a good score against a powerful team like Gujarat Titans. Gurutraj Gaikwad was brilliant with his batting, and he contributed 53 of 49, 4 fours, 1 6. Devon Conway got a wonderful delivery from Mohammad Shami, and he was sucked in by Saha behind the stones. He shaped to flick it, and he was caught by Saha. Out for 5. Moeen Ali briefly entertained with a knock of 21 of 17 hitting 2 sixes of Rashid Khan, but Sai Kishore picked up his wicket of Moeen Ali. Narayan Jagdishan was the one who had to do the hard work of seeing to it that the Chennai Super Kings would be trying to use the full overs, and Jagdishan was on an impressive unbeaten 39 at the end of the innings of 33 deliveries, 3 fours, 1 6. Dubey was out for naught. MS Dhoni was victim of the bowling of Mohammad Shami for just 7 runs and 133 for 5. Never look enough for CSK. Shami on the money, 2 for 19, none for 8 from Hardik Pandya. The bowlers were all very good with their stuff. Yas Dayal, none for 27 was costly. Rashid Khan did 1 for 31. Joseph, 1 for 15. And Sai Kishore has been impressive every time he gets the ball. 1 for 31 for him. Gujarat Titans, chasing 130. Definitely know that was going to be a walk in the park. Ridhiman Saha played an attacking innings. And what a wonderful IPL this bloke, Ridhiman Saha, the wicketkeeper batsman, is having. He is putting back the ball with tremendous timing and power as well, as he went on to be the man of the match with a punishing innings of an unbeaten 67 to take them to victory of 57 balls with 8 fours and 1 6. Shubman Gill was made 18 of 17 before Mahesh Patirana was given a debut today, and what a delivery he produced to get rid of Shubman Gill. We were saying the baby Malinga striking there. It was absolutely his action is like a slinging bowling action, and Shubman Gill was totally done in by the pace, and he also brought the ball in. Basically, he has a slingy action like Lasith Malinga, and that's the reason they call him the baby Malinga in Sri Lanka. And as he was shaping for the flick, the ball was speared full on the middle stump, and it was all over for Shubman Gill. And what a way to start! What an IPL debut for Mahesh Patirana with his the first delivery of his IPL, striking gold by getting Shubman Gill LBW. After that, so Mahesh Patirana was very impressive. A word about Mahesh Patirana: 3.1 overs, no more than 2 for 24. He not only picked up that wicket, he also went on to pick up the skipper of the Gujarat Titans team, Hardik Pandya. Another wicket this time with the first ball of his over, as this was an off-cutter. And Pandya was into the flick, and it was a leading edge, and Dubey took the catch. But so 2 vital wickets, a very good debut for Matisha Patirana, 3.1 overs, 224. And I think we are going to hear a lot about this bloke. Definitely, the commentator was talking about it. And also, Dhoni has also said a few good things about Patirana. So Patirana could well be the next generation Malinga coming up for Sri Lanka. And Matthew Wade, again, having a very, very bad series. Once again, hold out to Dubey of the bowling of Ali for 20 of 15, 2 boundaries. Miller was not out on 15 when the victory came, and it was all over. Mukesh Chowdhury, none for 28. Sumajit Singh, none for 26. Santner, none for 24. Prashant Solanki was also making his IPL debut. He looked good with his right arm office. I'm just trying to see whether Prashant Solanki was making his debut. I will just confirm on that. But Prashant Solanki, the young bowler, was impressive with his bowling. He was the pick of the bowlers. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 18. Patirana, 2 for 24. Moeen Ali, 1 for 11. So the match was all done and dusted. The Chennai Super Kings, as I said, after making 133 for 5, never looked like winning it. And that was the scene against the very, very powerful team like Gujarat Titans, who won the match by 7 wickets. And Gujarat Titans now, they are already into the playoffs, and even now they are absolutely on the top of the pile. They are there with 20 points, absolutely at the top. In fact, they have gone much clearer than the other team, Rajasthan Royals, which I'm going to talk about, who went on to win against the Lucknow Super Giants. So Lucknow Super Giants was dealt a sort of a small blow, one could call, because as Rajasthan Royals dent their hopes. But what Rajasthan Royals have done here by winning this game against the Lucknow Super Giants, they have made the competition absolutely hot in the IPL. The Rajasthan Royals are perched on the second spot now, not in the second spot, but on equal second spot, but with a better run rate than the Lucknow Super Giants. So Rajasthan Royals are roaring at the right time. So LSG and RR are locked on 16 points. RCB is 14. I think it's a real rat race here. Delhi Capitals, KKR, and Punjab Kings. So all the teams are with a real chance. There is still a lot to go, and I'm very happy to see the intense competition happening in the Indian Premier League 2022. So now let's see what happened in the game between Rajasthan Royals and Lucknow Super Giants, where Rajasthan Royals went on to win the match by 24 runs. Rajasthan Royals again. This was another good move by Sanju Samson. Rajasthan Royals, contrary to their usual practice, deciding to bat first against the Lucknow Super Giants, and they did a wonderful job. They put up 178 for 6 on the board. Yashasvi Jaiswal, a sparkling 41 at the top of the order of 29 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6, and that 6 that he hit was an absolute monster. The ball disappeared and the ball could not be retrieved, as Harsha Bogle said it when he was interviewing Yashasvi Jaiswal. So Yashasvi Jaiswal is definitely showing sparks of brilliance in his batting in this IPL. He could be one of the real future players for India. Josh Butler was an early victim. He was clean bowled by Avesh Khan for 2, and that was the biggest victory that LSG would have got. But he wanted to scoop the ball, and in his attempt to show some innovation, he lost his stumps. Sanju Samson, again, as you know, Sanju Samson, when he comes in, he just wades into the bowling, and that's what he precisely did. He slapped 32 of 24, 6 boundaries included into that. Devdutt Padikkal probably feeling under a bit of fire in the previous matches, because one was having the feeling that Devdutt Padikkal was a bit slow, and here Devdutt Padikkal decided that he is not going to really stay there, and he's going to really bang the ball, and that's what he precisely did. One liked the momentum going on in this Rajasthan Royals innings, as Padikkal made 39 of 18, 5 fours and 2 sixes included in that wonderful knock of 39. Rian Parag hit 19 of 16 with 1 6. Nisham made 14. And finally, it was left to the Aditya Chandran Ashwin and Trent Bolt to see to it that they could biff a few runs. I think 24 runs were biffed by them as the Rajasthan Royals score went to 178 for 6, which was a par total on this particular ground. Ravichandran Ashwin was not out on 10 of 7, 1 4 and bowled with 2 boundaries in a knock of 17, unbeaten runs of 9 deliveries. If you look at the bowling, Mohsin Khan today, even though he bowled well, but he got a bit of a clatter. 4 overs done for 43 for Mohsin Khan. Chamira, 3 overs done for 35. Avesh Khan was good, 1 for 20, also picked up the most important wicket of Josh Butler. Jason Holder, 2 overs, 1 for 12. Bishnoi, 2 for 31. Stoinis, so a lot of bowlers used by the LSG. 1 over for 15 for Stoinis, 1 over for 5 for Badoni with the wicket. Krunal Pandya, none for 16. So Lucknow Super Giants were chasing that particular total of Rajasthan Royals, and let's have a listen as to what happened. Well, it was not a good beginning for them. The good thing for Trent Bolt was that he was getting the ball to swing. And that was the good news for the Rajasthan Royals bowlers, as Bolt started making rapid inroads into the Lucknow Super Giants batting by first nipping off the wicket of, I thought, Quinton de Kock. What a delivery. I mean, this is what Bolt is really capable of, and this was a very good catch taken by Nisham. But again, it was a wonderfully bowled by Trent Bolt. The ball kept in, and in the flick, the ball he got himself squared up, and he was a goner. KL Rahul could not contribute much. His wicket was taken by Prasidh Krishna for just 10 runs. And then they also lost Ayush Badoni. A wonderful delivery from Trent Bolt. His in-dipper getting the better of Ayush Badoni for naught. After that, it was left to Deepak Hooda to do something. Deepak Hooda was the highest scorer with 59 of 39, 5 fours and 2 sixes. He played some splendid strokes, and he was looking good. He was the danger, if at all, the Super the Rajasthan Royals needed a wicket, it was that wicket of Deepak Hooda. But Deepak Hooda got company from Krunal Pandya. There was a sort of a play when 29 for 3. It definitely required someone to stand there, and that particular support came in the form of Krunal Pandya, who decided it was a good combination. They were also making sure the scoreboard was moving with Krunal Pandya playing the second fiddle role, but making sure that he was able to rotate the strike and also hand over the strike to Deepak Hooda, who was definitely taking advantage of any loose stuff that was served to him. And he was especially on twinkling feet when it came to the spinners Chahal and Ravichandran Ashwin. And Pandya then, after that, Ashwin picked up the wicket of Krunal Pandya. A good catch taken by Ryan Parag in the deep. 25-23, 1-4-1-6. Stoinis was there, Hope was there, but with Deepak Hooda and Stoinis at the crease, there was definitely a lot of hope still there, even though 83 runs were still to get in 7 overs. But then when Deepak Hooda fell to Yuzvendra Chahal, with Samson stumping him for 59 of 39, 5 fours and 2 sixes, things were getting a bit bleaker. And especially when Jason Holder also was cheaply dismissed by Obaid McCoy, who bowled brilliantly. He was gone for 1 to his Caribbean colleague. And then it was Marcus Stoinis was left with the company of tailenders, and he was the one only who probably held their sole hope. But then Dushmanto Chamira was bowled by a superb delivery from McCoy for naught. And after that, even though, as I said, the run rate was spiraling and it was getting next to impossible, it was Marcus Stoinis. In the end, he also holed out to Parag of the bowling of Prasidh Krishna after making 27 of 17. But then there was absolutely no hope, and the LSG were the vanquished ones, as they could put up only 154 for 8 on the board, and the Rajasthan Royals went on to second position in equality with LSG on the points table, and that will give them a great heart now, Rajasthan Royals. Looking at the bowling, Trent bowled 4 overs, 2 for 18, was brilliant. 2 for 32 for Prasidh Krishna. Yuzvendra Chahal 1 for 42. Ashwin 1 for 24 did, and Obaid McCoy 2 for 35. I think Obaid McCoy, I know that in the last World Cup, Obaid McCoy could not play for the West Indies because of the injury, but I'm sure this time he's raring to go, and I'm sure this bloke, with his real sort of sleight of hand stuff, by bowling those slower deliveries, the knuckle ball and all the stuff, would be an absolute certainty in the West Indies team in the T20 World Cup, which will happen in Australia. And besides, I think being tall, he can get some pace and does not have a lot of pace, but he bowls at an extreme 130 clicks, and he also gets the ball to bounce as well with his height. And especially in Aussie pitches with pacey and bouncy, he would be someone to reckon with, especially in the death overs. I think he would be a sort of a real proposition for the opposition. Well, dear fans and subscribers, an absolute pleasure bringing you the cricket show this on a Sunday. Hope you all loved it, and looking forward to once again, getting to talk to you probably during the weekend on Saturday. Other than that, keep an eye on my Twitter page at Ram574, and also get onto my website, www.cricket-status.com. Until I see you on Saturday, it's goodbye from here. Thank you.